All right, hey, let's take a look at how to do this automatic reed farm. I think I have everything set up, all the steps down here. Shouldn't take too long, but we're going to start from the very basic, and then hopefully you can um, tweak it to your own liking, make it exactly like I do, make it however you want to do. So start off with, you want to make yourself a Lexica Botania. That's just a book and an oak sapling, and that's going to give you the Lexica Botania. So everything you need to know about the Lexica Botania is in here. So first thing you want to do is going to go into the basics, and you're going to look for the petal apothecary. It's this thing right here. It's just two cobblestone slabs, one petal of any color, doesn't have to be white, and then 4 cobblestone. And that gives you the petal apothecary. You're going to place that down, and then in that you're going to put a recipe. So I would recommend starting off with your pure daisy. So to get the pure daisy, you're going to first fill the petal apothecary with water, and then you're either going to no, you're not going to right click. You're just going to hit Q, and Q is going to dump your white petals in there, and you get the white petals by sticking one of these into a crafting menu, and that gives you 2. So you're going to want to find 2 of these mystical white flowers right off the bat. So once you've done that, stick a seed in there, and you have yourself your pure daisy. Now, what I would recommend is getting a couple of these and sticking them down 2 apart, like this. So there's 2 in between. I would recommend doing that because you're going to surround these with stone and wood. And this is going to give you your living rock and living wood. Alright, once you have those going, once you have the living stone, once you have the living wood, it takes 80 seconds for this to happen, so we're not going to wait for that. Once you have your living wood and your living stone, take 6 of the living wood and put them in a crafting grid like this. So you're going to want them on top of each other. You're going to want, this is going to give you the living wood twig. You want 3 of those. And then take 2 petals of any color, it doesn't matter, and put them in the crafting grid just like that, and that'll give you the wand of the forest. Now once you have the wand of the forest, you're going to be able to use it like your wrench. So the next thing you're going to want to make is your mana pool. So just take 5 of your living rock and put them in the crafting grid just like that. And that's going to give you your mana pool. Okay. Once you have your mana pool, I'm actually going to go ahead and take that. You're going to want to make a mana spreader. Okay, that's 6 more living wood, so you're going to have to do this process more than once. And put your living wood just like that, a piece of gold, and a petal of any color. That'll give you your mana spreader. Alright, now that you have those, stick them down. Something like that. So the mana spreader is pointing at the mana pool. Then the next thing you're going to want to do is make some sort of mana generation, and I recommend the endo flame. So we're going to take, just dump this out real quick. You're going to take all of these things here, and you're going to fill your petal apothecary with water. Put 2 brown, 1 light gray, 1 red, and a seed. And that's going to give you your endo flame. Place this down, and you can use your wand. Should have held onto my wand. Take your wand, and if you shift right click in space, or out, in the sky somewhere, it goes between function and bind mode. Make sure it's in bind mode. And then if you hover over the endo flame, it will highlight the mana spreader that it's connected to. Now if you place the endo flame down before you place the mana spreader down, it's not going to connect, which is why I placed the mana spreader first. If that happens, if you don't have a check mark to the right there, simply shift right click on your endo flame, shift right click on your mana spreader, and it will bind it. Alright, the next thing you're going to want to do then is to craft a runic altar. And so that's going to be, you're going to want 5 more of your living rock. So again, you're going to want to do this process a couple times. And you're going to want a good amount of mana in here. Now one thing I didn't show you real quick here with this end of flame is you want to put a piece of coal or a block of coal or whatever. A piece of coal lasts for 40 seconds, so a block of coal is going to last 9 times that. Now this is going to feed mana into the mana spreader, and then the mana spreader is going to start feeding mana into the mana pool. Now you're going to want to accumulate a significant amount of mana, because if I were to run over here right away and try and drop this mana pearl, or this ender pearl into the mana pool, it would not be able to make a mana pearl. See, there's an X there. There's not enough mana. So once you've accumulated enough mana, go ahead and hit Q, drop your mana or ender pearl into the mana pool, and that will make a mana pearl. Then take your mana pearl, 5 of your living stone or living rock, and make yourself a runic altar. Alright, now the next thing you're going to want to do is we're going to use that runic altar here in just a second. Okay, the next thing you want to do then is take some iron. You're going to want 4 pieces of iron and a piece of glass, and you're going to take the iron, all 4 pieces of iron, and you're going to hit Q and just dump them into your mana pool. That's going to turn them into mana steel ingots. And then you're going to take those mana steel ingots and you're going to put them in a pattern just like this. That's going to give you a lens, mana lens. Alright. Then you're going to take that mana lens, 1 piston, 2 lapis, and a redstone. And you're going to make yourself a bore lens. You want 2 of these. Okay, that'll give you your bore lens. Now we want to use the runic altar. So hopefully you have enough mana stored up in your mana pool, and you want to have another mana spreader pointing at the runic altar. So if I were to come back here to where I made this runic altar and take the mana spreader that I have in my inventory here, take a mana spreader, point it so its back is at the mana pool, and put your runic altar at least 1 thing away from the mana spreader. That's how you want to set that up. That way the mana spreader pulls mana from the mana pool and feeds it to the runic altar. Okay. So then you're going to take, what we're going to make is we're going to make this rune of air. So you're going to take a feather, string, carpet, iron ingot, redstone, living rock, and your one of the forest. You're going to want to Q your iron ingot into a mana pool to make the mana steel ingot, and a redstone into the mana pool to make mana powder. Then you can either right click on the runic altar with these items, or you can simply just right click them all on there. Once you have enough, once you have the correct recipe on there, you can look that up in your Lexica Botania. What you're going to want to do then is Q your living rock on there, and you'll see on the right hand side when there's a check mark, you can right click with your wand of the forest, and that will give you your rune of air. Alright, then the next thing you're going to want to do is make this redstone root. Really easy. Get a piece of grass, so you're going to need some shears, and just put that next to a redstone, and you're going to get the redstone root. Then lastly, what you're going to want to do is get a gray flower, a light gray flower, make them into 2 petals each. Get your redstone root, your rune of air, some seeds, and a bucket of water. Go to your petal apothecary and dump all of this in. That's going to get you your hopper hawk. Alright, now I'm going to take all of this stuff here, and we're going to go set up our farm, where we're ready to set up our farm finally. So I'm just going to come over here, and I'm going to go put down 7 sand with a space in between, put another set of 7, and then you're going to put something on the end. It doesn't have to be polished andesite. There you go, set it up just like that. Same thing on the other side. And then you're going to put your bucket of water anywhere you want. You can put it on the middle, you can put it on the sides, it doesn't matter. and then plant your sugarcane. You can do this ahead of time, that way they can start growing. But then the next piece, what you're going to want to do is put down your mana pools. Definitely, they'll have to be full. In fact, when they're in your inventory, they'll be empty. But for the purposes of this video, just to make sure that it works really well, we're going to put, I'm just going to use the cheaty pools. Okay, so you can put a pool there, a pool there, a pool there, and a pool there. Okay, so just like that. And then you're going to take your mana spreader, and you're going to put it so that it is facing this mana pool here. And then you're going to put another mana pool, or a mana spreader, so its back is to the same mana pool. And you do the same thing over here. So you can put a mana spreader here where it's back against this pool, and then another one where it's facing this pool. So now, to actually get this to work, what I need to do is not use full ones. Okay. There we go. Now we can just replace all that. There we go. Now we have kind of what we want here. We have mana just going forever. Pretty much is what we want. Now if you want to, you can set up your mana generation, your end of flame, so that this mana spreader here, like these two items are closer over here, and that one mana spreader is pointing at this mana pool. That way you can kind of make sure you always have mana, but you should be fine. Then you're going to put your bore lens on just these two. Okay? So the one that's facing, that's going over top of all of this, that's how you're going to want that. Next thing you're going to want to do is put down a chest, put an item frame on one of the sides with sugarcane in it, and put your hopper hook down. And that's it. That's how you make yourself infinite reed farm that's automated. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know.